Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm Brianne Williamson, and today we are going to be doing a little life update. I'm sure some of you clicked on this because of the title. We will be getting into that. There's a lot of exciting things happening in 2025, so we're going to just dive in and have a little sit down chat. Well, wait, actually, before we dive in, I guess addressing the elephant in the room, I haven't been around for January so far, but I'm back with videos. I uploaded 12 videos in December. I did 12 days of Vlogmas. If you haven't already watched those, I highly suggest you do if you're looking for content to watch. They're not Christmas vlogs where it's like a seasonal thing that you have to tune in for. I did some lesbian drama 2024 overviews, which are fun. Just some general vlogs, travel vlogs. And yeah, I was really proud of all the videos I put out. Putting 12 out in a month was nuts, and would love if you go and check those out after you watch this video. Okay, now let's dive into it. Grab a snack, grab a bevy. I unfortunately cannot have a bevy right now. Well, I can have certain bevies, but not like bevies. You know what I'm saying? So we're nearing the end of January here, and I had a lot of goals for 2025. And I thought it would be fun and terrifying to share some of those goals with all of you, because I am a believer that when you put things out into the universe, they happen. Even if it's just because you force yourself to do it because you've told other people that you want to do it, or if you believe in the more magical side of it. Either way, I do think it works. So this year I was big on the dream boards, the manifestation. I also made a whole list of goals of 2025. And I also made some daily goals for myself. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I have stuck to those things. Instead of making things absolute for the full year, I wanted these to be things that I was doing every single day and then re-evaluating at the end of each month and deciding what to carry into the next month, what to add, what to lose, that sort of thing. So for January 2025, I wanted to have no caffeine, no alcohol, walk 10,000 steps every day, and use a language learning app every day. I'm not going to tell you which one because I really want them to pay me. You guys know which one, but like it would be nice to get a sponsor. So I'm going to hold that tight, but I'm really enjoying it. And I've actually done it every single day. And it's fun. I'm excited because I have a trip planned about a year from now where I would be using that language. So it's a fun goal, and it only takes, 10 minutes a day. All of those things I have stuck to for the entire month. I have not had any caffeine, no pop with caffeine, no coffee, no tea with caffeine. I've had no alcohol. I actually started the no alcohol on December 28th, I believe it was. I started a little bit early. I was the good old designated driver for New Year's Eve. Walking 10,000 steps a day has probably been the biggest game changer for me, simply because that was something I was definitely not doing before. I was lucky if I got 5,000 steps. Physically, I've noticed no difference, but there's a whole lot of other reasons that I may have not noticed any physical difference. I'll get into that. But mentally, it has been an absolute game changer. Like, I truly look forward to that walk every single day. It is like my favorite part of the day. And then for goals that are year long, I have a few that I want to share with all of you. And I'm sharing them here first because you're my YouTube fam and I feel safest here. One of them is I will be doing a web series. This is the first time I've said it anywhere on the internet. I'm very excited about it because I have not made a creative project on my own since aging out, which was so fun. And I learned so much from that experience. And I've got the itch again. I feel like I have forgotten the trauma of being an indie filmmaker. It has been long enough. It's been about a year. And I'm ready to dive back in. I think it's like when women say that they forget the pain of childbirth and then years later they revisit, mostly because they've forgotten about that pain. That's kind of how I think of it. I'm separated enough now from the stress and everything that goes into making a project like that I'm delusional enough again to jump back in. So this year I will be making a web series. I don't have an exact timeline of when that will be on your screens, but I do have a timeline of when we will be filming, and it's in the next couple months. So that's wild. And I would love if you dropped in the comments any questions you have about that in regards to the project, crowdfunding. Yes, we will be crowdfunding. Casting, if you want to audition, if you want to jump on crew. I'm going to make a whole separate video about the web series. And this time, something that I want to do a little bit differently than Aging Out. Aging Out, I kept my cards close. And I honestly just feel like I was so new to the process itself still that I didn't even have the mental capacity or time to share as I was doing because I just needed to focus. Whereas this time I'm excited to bring y'all along with me more on the creative process, let you in behind the scenes a little bit more of what's going on as we move towards filming, as we film, and then in the editing process and all of that. So I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun for me to document that process a bit more and also for you all to see kind of what goes into it opposed to just the end result on your screens. And as always, I so appreciate y'all's support. Like if you click on my videos, if you're subscribed, especially if you have your notifications turned on, like all of that helps me so much and it allows me to do these creative projects, and then hopefully you enjoy them and they live on YouTube where they're free to watch, which is something that was so important to me with Aging Out, and I was so happy that we got to do it. So because of your support, both by subscribing and helping with crowdfunding, I know some of you supported Aging Out, which was so generous and amazing. It's because of that I can put it on YouTube and it can be free. So thank you. So that's like my big 2025 creative goal where I have control of it. My other creative goal with 2025 is booking more acting jobs. So if you've been around for a minute, you know that I'm an actor. I'm actively auditioning. I have been very lucky to be booked on a few shows. You know, I've been building my resume over the past couple of years. And I'm just eager to continue doing that, taking acting classes, working my butt off and being ready for when that opportunity comes and there's a role that's right for me so that I can nail it. So that is a big goal for me, is just staying ready this year, being at my best, being in class, really focusing. Because if you look at any interview of any person that has ever achieved anything, you know, recently I was watching Ariana Grande and she was talking about how when she even heard that Wicked was potentially being made into a movie, she immediately started training. She started training the songs. She started with an acting coach. And it wasn't until something like a year later that they were even at the auditioning process, but she was ready, you know? So I want to just be ready. I don't know what my Wicked will be, if you will, but I want to be ready for when it's here. And I'm manifesting that it will be here. So I better get ready. And that is what I'm doing. So that's the creative stuff. And then I'm pretty sure this is the reason y'all clicked on this video. But first, share with me a goal that you have for 2025, something that you want to achieve, something that maybe you want to do as a daily task goal in the comments. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I truly believe it helps you stick to it if you put it out there in the universe. So even telling other people in the comments, I think is valuable, truly. Let's get to the real reason that you clicked on this video. I am currently going through the egg retrieval process and I am so excited about it. I'm also nervous to share about it because I think when you tell people that you're going through the egg retrieval process, their next question is, when are you going to have a baby? And it's so strange being a queer person because since you can't just get knocked up, for lack of better terms, you have to prepare so much more. Maybe that means you're sharing more with people surrounding you. For me, it means talking about it on the internet. Just kidding. That's a choice. And I do want to share with all of you. But the reason for me that I am doing this egg retrieval is because I know, and Julia and I know, that we really, really want to have a family one day. We also know, and more specifically, I'll speak for myself, I know that that day is not today. I am not ready for that. There are a few things that I would love to do and achieve before we jump into that world. And I have so much respect for people that do both. I'm not saying that you can't. I just know from witnessing friends, from witnessing my sister be the most amazing mom in the universe, it is so much harder. Your time is so much more limited. You cannot be selfish in the way you can when you don't have kids. And I am not ready yet to stop being selfish. And when my sister had kids, I knew that one of two things was going to happen. Either I was going to be like, oh my God, I also want kids. I'm so ready for this. Or I was going to be like, whoa, reality check on how much work that is and how much my life would shift. And the latter happened. You know, it made me so certain that I want that one day, but it also made me so certain that I am not ready right now. How far off we are from that, I don't think I'm going to share. You know, I'll put it this way. It's not tomorrow and it's not next week. So, because eventually to some level we will have to go through this process anyways, for my own sanity, to take a bit of the pressure off, I thought, you know what? I am going to do egg retrieval, get those suckers on ice, and then when we are ready, that step's kind of already done. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am going through all the medications, the shots. That's why haven't been drinking caffeine. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to, go on walks and be active and just be my best self, because it is a lot of money, which is something, if you are all interested, I will make a separate video just on the costs associated with this process, because it kind of blew my mind, if I'm being honest. It is very, very expensive and overwhelming in that way. But also because of that, I mean, generally, I obviously want to be in my best health for this, but also I think there's a reality check when you realize how much it costs, how much your body is going through, the time it takes to do all of it. You're like, okay, I want this to be the best shot ever for the best results. So I'm just trying to be at my prime, if you will. And I'm excited to share with you all some of the process, whether it is the expenses or how I'm feeling on the medication itself. And I'm going to be uploading a follow-up video in a few days from now where I dive into all of that, giving you a behind the scenes look at doing the shots and the meds, and just talking about the process. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, I just want to thank you all for being my YouTube family here, for subscribing and always clicking on my videos. It means a lot, and I love growing with all of you. And truly, this channel is in a lot of ways a journal of my life in so many different phases, and I so appreciate you all being along for the ride with me. So I'm excited to see what 2025 brings, and I'm kind of out of the gates with my first two goals of making this web series and getting my egg retrieval done. And I'm hoping both of those things are done in the first quarter, and then kind of the world's my oyster. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm feeling good. And I love you all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Bye.